Hey guys, what's up? Spartan85 here, bringing you guys some news that the Fun Pimps dropped over the weekend about the console version and Alpha 22. Well, I'll kind of start there. It's not called Alpha 22 anymore. It is called 1.0. The game is leaving Alpha finally. It is leaving early access and it is going basically full release 1.0. Now, the co-founder and co-creator of 7 Days to Die and the Fun Pimps, Joel Hunick, put out a video on their YouTube page. I will put a link to that in my description of the video down below, so if you want to watch the whole thing, go ahead. There is some information in there, but he's a lot of it's kind of vague, but he is explaining the roadmap and some of the major questions that people have, so I do recommend you going to watch that. But I will go ahead and cover everything that's in it and also everything else they posted. The big thing is they put out a roadmap. We have a 7 Days to Die roadmap. So in June, we're going to have 1.0. So that'll launch to PC. That'll basically be Alpha 22 going to PC. There'll be an unstable build at first, and then it'll go stable. Once it goes stable, it will launch to console in July. And consoles being PS5, Xbox Series X, and S. And then Q4 of 2024, it says Storm's Brewing. There's some features that's going to come out, but the big one I wanted to point out was crossplay and random gen will launch for consoles in Q4. So that tells you right now that consoles will not have random gen and crossplay at launch. Now they will have the pre-gen maps, so you'll have Navezgane, and then I'm guessing the 3 pre-generated maps, the 6K, 8K, and 10K, which are really good maps. I actually played them in a stream. I played the 6K map in a stream last night with Steve, so they're really good maps. Q2 of 2025 is going to see bandits, hopefully. That's actually, I think, was in the Kickstarter, and it's been part of the game, or part of the development for a long time, and for the longest time they said we wouldn't see a new console version or even a 1.0 until they had bandits made, but they kind of pushed that back. But they still want to add bandits into the game, and Joel in the video did make it very clear that they want to add bandits and a story mode, and story mode will come out in Q4 2025. But that's still very important to them to bring those two things. And I know that story mode has been very important for a lot of fans. They want a story mode. They want something to play that kind of tells the story of the game and how we got there and stuff. I will post the link for the roadmap and the Q&A on my description also, so if you want to see that, it's down below also. There's gonna be new quest types. There's gonna be different overhauls that's gonna launch with the roadmap, and it does say at the bottom these dates are rough estimates, so just keep that in mind, guys. If it is Q4 2024 and we haven't had crossplay yet, give them a chance on that. So I'm not going to cover all the Q&As. I'm going to cover the major ones that I think really are important. And the first one is, will there still be early release experimental builds? And the answer is yes. They are going to continue to do experimental builds. And I believe that Joel in the video said that the stable builds will come to console. So console will continue getting updates. Will you still be able to access older alphas of the game? They said yes. As Steam will permit, they will continue to allow access to the older alphas of the game on Steam, not on console. Now here's a big one. This is a big one. So will there be a price raise? Yes. At launch, 1.0 stable will be launched at $44.99. That is on all platforms and storefronts. So that's PC, Xbox, and PS5. It'll be $44.99. They are going to be running a sale on PC next, I believe, this coming week, basically, April 22nd through the 29th. So if you don't own it on PC, buy it now, because that's the cheapest you'll have. And you will own the game, and any update that comes out, even 1.0, you'll have 1.0. You won't have to rebuy 1.0 or anything like that. That's on PC. Console, guys, $44.99. And I don't see anything about Game Pass in these Q&As. It is leaving Game Pass, so I don't know what's going to happen with Game Pass. If you're playing it on Game Pass right now, and you still want to have the older version, you might consider buying that older version, because it's going to go away. I'll cover more of that. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's going to go away. But the price increase does not affect your current PC version, though. So that will stay. That doesn't affect it at all. They did kind of explain why the price increase, and they just think the quality of the game has gone up, and they it's going to help them bring out more endeavors, more expansions like DLCs and stuff like that, and free updates. That's why they're raising the price. It's there if you guys want to read it, why they're raising the price. On the console version, will the console version have crossplay? At release, it will not have it, but they did say that the connections already work for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. They're waiting for certification approval with Microsoft and Sony. So they're looking at Q4 2024 for crossplay, which I think the fact that they haven't given up on it or said no, I think is great. So we should have crossplay. And the next question is, what about the old console version's availability? And Joel in the video did say that this version is going to be gone on digital storefronts. So the old version you will not be able to find. You will have to find the hard disk at a GameStop or something if you want to play this game, if you do not own it digitally or on a disc already. Like for me, I have the Xbox Series S, and so I have actually been playing it on Gamepass because I have a disc that I play on my old Xbox One. So for me, I'm probably gonna have to just break down and buy the old version just to have on my S. So just keep that in mind. The digital copy of the old version is gonna be gone. It'll be in a couple months, I think. Once 1.0 comes out, they're gonna remove that. It does say in bold, however, we are working closely with Sony and Microsoft to provide a discount to digital legacy owners on their purchase of the new console edition. So they're still working on that. Joel said it in the video that they're still working closely with Microsoft and Sony on that. I hope that's not lip service. Hopefully the guys like me and everybody else out there that's played that has the old version will get a discount on that. That's what they're working on. Will you be able to use your old saves on the new version? No, you will not. So any old saves on the legacy version, the old version, they're on that version. You cannot convert them over to the new one. One of the questions was, will the new console edition get the same updates this time? Yes, it will get all the updates. Like I said, I think it'll be the stable versions that come to console, not the unstable builds. Will the console edition get modding support? We are discussing this, but there are no concrete plans yet. We are looking into how this might be achieved while maintaining performance on the console edition. At PAX East, they basically said there was no plans. But here they're kind of looking into it, I guess, maybe. And maybe that's because they had enough people say, hey, we want modding support. I don't know. But that's going to be pretty far down the road. I think that's going to be after Q4 2025, probably. That's not in their current plans right now. So I would love to see modding on the console version, though. Will the console edition support local split screen? We already pretty much know that, but it's no. And they explain why. It's during technical limitations and the memory restrictions. And I think to take that further, they actually said the Xbox Series S. Are there any plans for future consoles or ports? We have no plans to announce at this time. We are still looking into other platforms. They're looking into it, so that'd be I guess the Nintendo Switch or mobile, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, they are looking into other platforms. Will there be a physical edition of the game? At launch, the game will be digital only. We have no plans to announce at this time, but may look into it in the future. That'd be the hard disk, basically. But yeah, we already kind of knew that from PAX that we were going to just have the digital copy. And then they go into the actual limitations of the console version. Random Gen Console Edition will launch with a collection of pre-generated maps and the navigating experience. However, Random Gen will come in a patch soon after launch. The console version will not have a level or prefab editor and world editor. Will not have that. At launch, the console edition will be restricted to peer-to-peer games on the same platform. So just peer-to-peer, and then they're working on crossplay. So if you got a buddy on Xbox and you're on Xbox, you can play, or vice versa with PS5, but that's what we're looking at right now. But what do you guys think? We finally have a sort of date. We have a month now. We're narrowed it down to a month and a year, which is pretty good for the Fun Pimps. What do you guys think about that? July? That's actually what we were kind of told at PAX East. So I'm glad they're putting that out there. And I like that they have the plans on the, I like that they have the roadmap. And I like that they have the roadmap posted and what they want to do. They're being very open about it. They say, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're working on. I saw some people talking about how Blood Moons is delaying everything, and Blood Moons is not delaying everything. They hired a team called Illogica, a dev team, Illogica, that is doing all of the work on Blood Moons, and they are only overseeing it. And they made it very clear at PAX East that they are not being hampered at all by Blood Moons. So if you guys see people on YouTube saying that, or somebody else, saying that on Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, or Facebook, it is not true. They are not being hampered by blood moons. They are very clear about that. So just wanted to put that out there. All right, guys, I just wanted to post this. Like I said, everything's in the description if you want to watch the video from Joel and go to the website and see more information about it. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you guys out there. See ya.